playing there are ninth chords. Everything I've shown you up until this point is used what I think of as C7th shaped chords, those chords, which are quite bluesy chords. Ninth chord is easier to play in one way. It's a similar chord. It's taking its name from this note here. So for example, that is D ninth, and that is E ninth. But it gives a slightly more jazzy feel. You find that quite a lot in certain sort of smoother blues players. That sort of sound, yeah. It's quite a useful one to know. Useful one to know for playing those sort of slow blues numbers. However, there's something else you can use it for. You can use it, for example, for that kind of funky sound. And if you add in that note underneath, that there, you get that sort of and you can also use it for South American sort of rhythms, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Now, as a complement to that chord, and I think I learned this the same time from reading a book on jazz chords, there's another version of this chord which I really can't remember the name of, but I'm going to call it a ninth chord, which takes its name from the root note here, and it's basically just really a bar across the whole neck, muting the A string. So everything's being played there except the A string, and this again is a slightly jazzy feel. And the sort of complementary note that you can add in is this one here, so you can get so those two chords are sort of useful in their own context, but when you put them together you get something quite interesting. It's sort of lazy busking patterns which you can use if you are just jamming with someone, and that's why I'm showing them to you. Alright, let's start with the first one. This ninth chord is basically, you start here with your index finger on, I'm just going to show you the D ninth version here, on the 4th fret. You put your second finger rather on the 5th fret here, and you make a small bar with your 3rd finger, so you're getting this sort of shape here. It's actually easier to play than that in some respects, because it's literally just those 3 fingers being used. Mash down those fingers across there. Play that one a fret lower and that one there. Don't play the bass E, keep that separate. So that's D ninth, E ninth, and so on. Okay. The other one is basically this. You put your 3rd finger all the way across, and there's a reason I'm saying your 3rd finger, which I'll explain in a minute. And you put your 1st finger crossing over it onto the bass string. So you're muting the A string and you're getting this. Now it's taking its name from the note you're playing here, so that's A, that's B, and so on. So you start seeing a pattern emerging here. Now if you're playing the D ninth like that and the A ninth like that, it doesn't take you very long to realize that you can leave that finger there and just move these 2 fingers back and forth. So you're getting D ninth, A ninth, D ninth, A ninth. Now if you start to mess around with that a little bit, hitting the bass strings for example, you're getting into sort of quite nice Latin kind of feel. get that behind a lead guitar and you can just keep that up forever, basically. And the lead guitar does its thing. And if you get bored with it, you can slide up E9. And then occasionally you can come up here. So that's quite a handy little trick, and that's just using literally 2 chords there and getting a nice sort of strumming pattern out of them. You're literally just picking up these 2 fingers and moving them from here to there. And away you go. So I hope you have a bit of fun with that.